Hello, welcome to Just Birds Road. This is the 20th episode installment of my tarot and oracle and divination, whatever, deck collection. What stays and what goes. So, what is before you? This is a Lenormand. I don't know the name of this, but this was my learner's deck, and I've had it for a long time. Like I said, I don't know the name of this, but this is the deck that I carried along with me, and actually I didn't really carry this one too far along with me, but this was my practice deck. I carried a little deck, a little Lenormand. The rose Lenormand was the one, but this was my first trainers. I write on it. I'm not sure if this one has keywords. No, I thought maybe this one had keywords on the. But no, I think it is the other one, the Rose Oracle, that they have words. These are very hard to see. Let's see. There we go. So that's gonna go. Alright, Odin's Ruins Divination deck. This is nice. This is by the same lady that did that circled horse oracle or tarot. Forget the name of it, but I'm gonna let this go. There is a book and all that somebody else can utilize. The ruins, and the ruins are to be sung. If you know the name, sing the ruins, the sound. There's a vibrational thing that goes on nasal, throat, whole where you're really in the Odin's call. Sing the name, sing the runes. For those who read, sing. And then tell me how you feel afterwards. So this is very nice. Othala. But I'm gonna let it go. It's unique, it's nice, whatever that it is, all of those things. But I'm gonna let it go. Cosmic Tarot, was a favorite back in the day. Trimmed and whatever my horrible etching. Just got a lot of, this is dreamy and stuff, but I'm over it. I used it for long enough, and I have over 100 decks that I've kept so far, and this is not going to be one of them. It is cute though. It's a really friendly beginner's deck. It's very romantical. So the Cosmic Tarot, thank you, but I'm going to let you go. I've put some things in the to-go that I said I was going to keep. At least it's not the other way around where I'm pulling from the to-go and to keep, right? Do what you love. This is a career guidance oracle by Sophie Readings. Do what you love. Finances are stable now. Choice. Making money. Don't spend too much. I'm getting rid of this just because I don't do career-based readings anymore. And I don't intend to start again. So that can go. Like I said, this can go. This is going to go. Now, this is a newer deck, and I think I'm going to just basically, half of it is unreadable. The cards are distorted, so I'm just going to go with the ones that are visible, because the distortion, that's all distorted. These are really horrible digital images. I can't believe that she let them go as this is what you get, a distorted, filterized image, and it's not cute. it's kind of disheartening for the price that she charges for the deck, and half of it is unreadable if you like picture cards for expression. The other half that's visible is very dark. None of these are completely clear. Let's just like so much distortion that I just can't believe, because this woman is kind and everything, but you know what? People get, I don't know, did you review the deck before you put it out for purchase, or did you just think that these were, I don't know, because they fared well with your first version? But I have the first version and they are not like this. This is so highly distorted. They're not like this. Now, the concept of the deck comes from Doreen Virtue's Romance Angels, and this is her second edition, but this is not based on that deck. The first edition is, and the way that she produced it, and it was inspired by the Romance Angels. However, she made that deck her own, and like I say, this is half usable because her word and her headlines are phenomenal, and they're great to work with. The card stock is lovely. However, I am a picture card reader, so I'm quite disappointed with the amount of money I paid for a deck that's only half working order. And this was the make it or break it of that I will no longer be purchasing digital from anyone but V Love and Crystals. And I really appreciate the concept of these decks. I honestly do, and I think she's an incredible woman. But if I have to be honest, right? Like, it's not fair to Queen Sugar for me to give her 5 stars. I haven't even been able to leave a review for this deck because it's not worthy of 5 stars. It took 10 weeks to get here. 4 to 5 weeks, so it took twice the amount of time, and it's not worth it, right? So I'm doing her a disservice if I go over there because I like her and she's a sweet lady and I enjoy her channel, right? I'm doing her a huge disservice by saying this is 5 stars. This is not a 5-star deck, and it should not be. This shouldn't be what you accept as like your final product. Like this, you're so much better than this, especially with your verbiage and your headlines. Please do better with your digital. Don't accept low res. Use different. I know you like the concept of this imagery with the from television. However, the images are so the resolution is so it just distorts the imagery. Please consider purchasing copyright-free images that are clear if you're going to continue to pump out digital decks. That's my suggestion to her. I hope she knows that this is not a personal thing at all. It's just business, and I'm disappointed. I'm truly disappointed, and like I said, I'm going to mix the cards that I can visibly that aren't so distorted in with the other decks, so you know, but I would never spend $1 per card to have 27 of the cards be distorted, and then the rest of the 27 other cards are distorted, but they're still poor quality. Not one card in here is clear, and that's important when you're selling picture cards. So that deck is, I have to go through it and just find the visible ones. Now, this is going to go, this is the Wisdom of Elves. I'm not going to try to get it. It's really tiny, cutesy. This was like a gift that from a different deck that Galen sent. So it's tiny little fairy, cutesy, but too tiny for me. So, and there's the pretty little backings. I love the backings, but I think this is it's probably just gonna go because, or it can hang out because it's cutesy, and maybe one day I'll plop it on something. It can, it can hide out in a little corner somewhere. Here's the book to the astrological journey, the deck is going away and the book can go with it. Here I found a planchet, which will be leaving me. Doreen Virtue's Angel Numbers 101 will be leaving me. And there's a deck to Higher Love with this as well. They'll both be leaving me. The deck that that's with this book was $4.99 on Amazon or Etsy, one of the two. Very like cheapy deck that I picked up again for content, but I was interested in the deck. Now this little box contains like some decks. Let's see. Oh yeah, these are my, like, this is my personal, like this is an oracle that I won't get rid of just because it's like touched by a horse, and it reminds me of my son, so I won't get rid of this, because if I'm going to get rid of it, I will give it to him, just because he loves horses. It's his second business. You know, he has a farm and he rears and trains and he flips horses. That's what he does. He goes to auction, he buys the horses dirt cheap, he trains them, and then he sells them back to the Amish. So this deck isn't going anywhere, and I keep it in my angel box because it is close to my heart, like my son, you know. So that one gets to stay. And let's see here. This one was my first oracle deck ever, and it was gifted to me by my mom. And this woman, Angela, what is her name? DeMarco. I want to say DeMarco, but it's not DeMarco, but maybe it's D'Angelo. It's Angela D'Angelo, right? And this is her deck, and my mom gave it to me back in, I don't know, I think it was like 2004, maybe. It had a guidebook, but I don't know where that got off to. I may find that in the office along the way too, you know. It doesn't matter. I don't need it. But this is just a gentle energy. I don't really work with this too much. I used to, since like back in those times. This was my deck. Like, this is the deck that I would read for my friends with. This and you know, a tarot, whatever I had at the time, which isn't anything that is here. You know, it may have been like Ciro's, the easy reader tarot or whatever. But here we go with this. I'm not sure if this deck is available. It's pointed. I know I didn't trim, but I did the corners. Come on now. I did the corners. Come on. But I rounded the corners because I can't stand like when a card pokes me in my, like, keeps poking. So I just rounded them, and it's much more friendly to my hands now. But thank you to my mom and to her wonderful artist friend, Angela D'Angelo. I'm going to say it's D'Angelo. I think that's what it is. I don't know. I can't read. I want to say DeMarco just because that's a familiar name for back home, but it's not. I think it's D'Angelo or whatever it is. I didn't know the lady, so it's my mom's friend, but I didn't grow up with her. All right, pop voice. This is a microphone bag. What deck is in here? Oh, this is my deck that I made. If anyone's familiar with Kwame Brown, he has a channel, and when he came about a few years ago, like he crossed over from the Facebook or some other platform to YouTube, he was all about mama's cooking. So this deck goes, if anyone's familiar with Kwame's, I'll read you some of my deck. All right. Connect with your elders. Go along, get along game. Mama's cooking. Patchy-eyed demon. Knowledge is power. Give connection with love. Give correction with love. That's Mama's cooking. Correction. Okay. Sucker punched. Mother effing weirdo. Kwame. Public eye. Exposing the truth. Cover up lies and deceit. Hell to the no. Lesser charge. Community effort. Speak your mind. Private eye. Trades and coding. Company policy. Receipts. Wombat. Be of service. Teachable moments. Hookah time. Shh. Silenced. Clout chasers. It wasn't me. Inappropriate, deviant behavior. Think before you speak. Oppression. Gatekeepers. Baby mama drama. Fraud, fake, and scammer. F titles and labels. Arrested and charged. Puppet masters. Big loud mouth B. False narrative. Empower the youth. Clicks and views, folks. Clicks and views. Social media drama. Tough talk, no action. Mama's cooking. Mama's cooking. Go get you some mama's cooking. Be your own leader. Look beyond current circumstance. Ain't nobody that dang nice. Ain't nobody that damn nice. Laugh at yourself. False allegations. Cap and jack. And capping. Playing victim. Pay it forward. Number 1 draft pick. Kwame Brown. No distractions. Stay focused. Calling you out. Lot lizards. I don't know about y'all, but I've done known what a lot lizard was since I was 8 years old. I couldn't believe that Mr. Kwame Brown had no clue when he has a trucking business. Like, come on, Kwame. Mouth of the South, North, East, and West. Miss 504. But I didn't put her on there. I just put Mouth of the South, North, East, and West. Big mouth. Man of many excuses. Now I'll tell you what I did to create this deck. Now I was a viewer, and I would be proud to say, Kwame Brown's been in my living room as well as many others way back in the day. However, we weren't fans of your team. We're East Coast. We're East Coast over here. So, we were, I don't know, I was a Pippin fan. But my kids, Iverson, they wanted the braids, the blah. That's what that's about. Slick talking weasel. Protect your own. Time out media. But if you tune into Kwame, he has a lot of really good information if you can get past the buffoonery. I'm sure he's beyond that now. This was a few years ago when he first came up on to this platform. So I tuned in, and I was just like, man, I could make an Oracle deck out of this just because of the the verbiage, and that's what I did. Time out the media, unplug, folks. Public scrutiny. It's all love. Share the wisdom. Take responsibility. Invest in yourself. Technical difficulties. I have those all the time. All eyes on you. Accusations and allegations. Bust life. Best life. Practice humility. Family comes first. Hiding in groups. Trumped up charges. Yes, go for it. And that is Mama's Cooking. And that is my deck. But, you know, I went over to make playing cards. I don't sell this deck. Kwame owns his rights, but I'm keeping this for myself. Thank you, Kwame Brown, for the idea, for the Oracle idea. Mama's Cooking. I'm keeping it because it goes in. Connect with your elders. I love the elders, so I'll always connect with the elders. Kwame Brown is a very old soul, y'all. If anyone knows, he's very old soul. And let's see. Well, this deck is... What else is in here? I don't know what else is in here. Let me see. Oh. Yes. These are my crystals that I won't part with. And there's only 5, right? But I won't part with these. So that's okay. I'll keep those. And they can stay in there. Moldavite. Beautiful gift. I'm going to make a wand or something out of those. Attach them to something. Let me see. It's the Dirty Tarot. This is the one deck that I would keep forever and ever if I could only have one, and the deliverance deck gods came in and took all my decks away and said, you can only have one. This is the one. And it's not because of the deck. It's because of it was a gift. And the lengths that the person went to get this deck for me is just incredible. I would never part with it. It means the world to me, but it is a fun deck to read with, as I do pull it out from time to time. Not often, like, you know, there's some hard hitters in here like that one, but we'll quickly cover. Pride! And the boat. And this is no longer available or in print, but like, I'm not parting with it. Not now. Not ever. It means a lot to me. So this one, no, if it's the only one I get to keep, this is the one, folks, and I would make it work because it has all of the parts and elements to it, and I would make it work. So I think, I'm pretty sure, folks, that, come on, screen. I'm pretty sure I am done. Let me look around. I think, oh, I have another basket. I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to stop this video. Let me pause, though, and grab the others. Okay. I'm back. I didn't know it. I clicked it. So what do I have? I have a pair of socks of my kitty. I found in this basket. What's a gift? And they've been in my office, but aren't they adorable? A subscriber had sent them to me. Just, that's my kitty, and she had them printed up on some socks. I've never worn them, but I'm definitely keeping these, because who doesn't want Crockett socks? I do, and they can be worn on St. Patrick's Day. I just had no idea. All right, so what's on the table? A Very Merry Christmas. I like this. I'm going to keep it. This is by Jennifer Aquarius, and this actually reads really well with a lot. Like, I could read with this all year round. It's really an on-point thing. The Rebel deck I'm going to part with. This is just a Rider Waite. It's like $4.99 on the Amazon. I'm going to part with that. See if I can show you which. Very thin cardstock, but you know what? Very affordable. One of those decks, again, that I picked up for $4.99 for content, but like very thin cardstock. But it gets the job done if if that's within your budget, there is absolutely no shame. Okay, so purchase them. They're fine. You know, if that's for you, right? All right, magical intuition. It's been a while, but I don't think I'm going to keep this one. No, I'm not going to keep this one. Yeah. Nope. That one can go. We have this is Joey Aloha Fortune Teller deck. I think this one can stay. This one can stay. Do you see how many cards are in Joey's decks? And like I said, he's not charging 100. He's not charging 50. Do you see how doable it is, folks, to not charge $100? Look at all of these cards. Nothing but the tea. I don't know if I can keep this one, Joey, just because I want to look at the language. Cultural differences. Some of these cards I'm just going to take out because, you know, for the sake of not saying certain things. So I'm going to keep that too because I get weird, like for pick piles and stuff, these are great, you know, little add-ons. Nothing but the FS I'm going to get rid of because I'm not even allowed to say the name, alright? But let's look and see what the language is here. Falling into the trap, jealous AF. See, that's fine. Yeah, you know, like this one I'm going to take off just because I don't like the image. But yeah, this can stay too, but like that I don't want to reread and stuff like that. Even if that is the thing, I don't want to be telling, because you know what if you're wrong and now you planted a seed that somebody has an STD. Southern Slang Oracle. This is my deck too. It's not very good. The printing wasn't very good. Not the printer's fault, my fault. all hat, no cattle. And I have a power of a number up top there, 14, and at the bottom, summertime. Okay. And then I have getting hitched, running around like a chicken with its head cut off, wooden the Sam Hill, God don't like ugly, slower than a Sunday afternoon, love is in the air, embrace it, flew off the handle, there's more than one way to skin a cat, give me some sugar, sorry about that, as poor as a church mouse, madder than a wet hen, pretty is as pretty does, so cheap they wouldn't give a nickel to see Jesus ride a bicycle. Only got one oar in the water, sorry. Early bird gets the worm. Cattywampus, crooked sideways. If the creek don't rise, like a fish out of water, fat-ish crazy, buckle up, it's going to be a hell of a ride. 3 sheets to the wind, you can catch more bees with honey, slap my head and call me silly, squeezing a quarter so tight that an eagle can't breathe, ain't got a pot to piss in, doesn't amount to a hill of beans, who are you courting? Run with the big dogs, I ain't seen you since you were knee-high to a grasshopper, act like their shit don't stink, got the short end of the stick, low down dirty snake in the grass, too big for your britches, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split ya, hanging in there like a hair on a biscuit, don't get your knickers in a knot, fixin' to, what's it fitting to do, better watch out before I cream your corn, don't count your chickens before they hatch, slicker than owl crap. Their brain rattles around like a BB in a boxcar. Stomping grounds. Don't sweat the small stuff. Talking to a brick wall. Nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Kids in tow. Slicker than snot on a doorknob. That just steals my pickle. Shotgun wedding. Were you raised in a barn? Shitting on high cotton. They can make a preacher cuss. They cuss. They can make a preacher cuss. Windy as a sack full of farts. About as useful as a steering wheel on a mule. Sweating like a hooker in church. Well, better butter my butt and call me a biscuit. Butter my butt and call me a biscuit. Playing possum. It's fixing the storm. Bless your heart. Don't know whether to scratch their watch or wind their butt. Oh, ass backwards. That's what this means. Don't know whether to scratch their watch or wind their butt. Aren't you precious? Mm-hmm. Tougher than a $2 steak. A sight for sore eyes. Putty in your hands. A hissy fit. Sexier than socks on a rooster. Barking up the wrong tree. Hold your horses. This ain't my first rodeo. Act like you've been to town before. Off like a herd of turtles. Stop piddling around and get to work. Never kick a cow turd on a hot day. You hear me, folks? Never kick a cow turd on a hot day. Stank. Gussy up. Stick in the mud. Tin roof rusted. Who got pregnant? Busier than a moth in a mitten. Pitching a fit. And that is my deck. My Southern Oracle deck. I don't sell my decks. I make my decks for myself. And this one, I just didn't want to write out. I thought, ooh, I could be cool. You know. So that's my Southern Oracle. And I'm keeping this one too, just because it's just because it's mine, you know. And Joey Aloha Just Desserts. This is a Karma deck. I think I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to get rid of this one and this one. So these two can go. I might go through these, like these, and kind of make them smaller decks and go through. I'm going to keep these, and I'm going to sit down, not tonight, but I am going to sit down and go through these and remove some that, you know, that I don't want to read, and keep the rest, but I can put them all in. I can make a couple, like 6 decks out of these 3, but I'm not going to keep, like I said, I'm going to make them. I'll let you know after. But this one can go. All of these stay. Now, I have one more addition to this fiasco of mine. It's been a long process, but I will wrap up the final video soon. I have a lot of editing to do. I'd like to get a couple of readings done and produced and edited by week's end. I'm probably only going to get one of them done, to be really honest. I didn't realize how draining or emotional this was going to be. And quite frankly, I have a whole lot of mess behind of me, which I'm too going to show you. And then I will wrap up this series with that particular video of the mess and the multitude of decks that I'm releasing, as well as how I house what I kept. And that will end my deck collection series. I didn't realize that this was going to be so very time consuming. I didn't know what I signed up for, but I had, quite frankly, worth it. So I will be back with the final decks. Relief at last. Then I got to work on cleaning this mess. So if you made it this far with me, please consider to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And, bye!